Agastya Muni, the sage of ages. From the snow-clad crowns of the northern India to the distant temples down south, the life that we live derives itself from beliefs that originated thousands of years ago. These beliefs have conditioned and influenced the numerous generations that formed our civilization. The many facets of our civilization include traditions, practices, wellness, beliefs, and the ever-evolving technologies. These aspects and many more have in one way or the other been drafted and contributed by this sage of Hindu religion known as Agastya Muni. He was a celebrated traveler who is believed to have walked distances across geographies and to have lived through generations that spanned over 400 years in the form of scriptures, practices, and preaching. Agastya Muni is considered to be the most revered sage of Hindus amongst the Dravidians and Aryans. His prescribed ways of living are still followed across Hindu religion with devotion and conviction. Agastya Muni's contributions towards the cause of humanity has helped lay the fundamentals that shaped the traditions and culture of India. The Indian civilization has had a special place for this great sage throughout centuries of various kingdoms and their history till today. The mountains, clouds, winds, the rivers, and the various creatures that breathe and walk on this planet, including us, all have a story to share, a story that is inspired and bound to the life and living of Agastya Muni. Birth of Agastya Muni. Legends have inscribed many versions of Agastya Muni's birth. Most of these versions have a mythological origin. Unlike most Vedic sages, the origins of Agastya Muni has no mention of his natural parents. Thus, his lineage hops to a mythical version that we are here to narrate today. Amongst the most widely known and believed version of his origin is his birth from a mud pitcher. This story dates back to the age of mysticism, when humans and demons were believed to have shared this planet at the will of gods above in the heavens. Sages during this era were considered to be the messenger and destined bearers to gods and their will. Amongst them were sages Nara and Narayana. They were widely known to be the incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Together, They had been destined to visit Earth to understand the difficulties of people living on the planet. Nara and Narayana, after reaching upon Earth, peeked into the livelihoods of humans living on it. They were greatly saddened by human grievances because of the dangers they faced due to the demons that had encroached their safety and peace. They believed that Lord Vishnu, the protector, would help the humans and other creatures get rid of their woes that were casted by these demons. To help bring sanity back to the lives of humans on earth, they decided to offer prayers to Lord Vishnu. The two sages, Nara and Narayana, chose the sacred Himalayas to offer their prayers through rigorous meditation, and hence walked towards the mighty mountains of northern India. They chose the holy place of Badrinath to commence their meditation. Badrinath is known and believed to be the most sacred place for Hindus to this day. The sages, after reaching Badrinath, began their meditation with complete devotion towards Lord Vishnu. As time passed by, their meditation continued to grow stronger and more profound to everyone who witnessed them. So much so that the gods in the heaven began to take notice of them. Indra, the king of gods in particular, felt threatened by their meditation. He feared that the two sages were meditating to seize his position as the king in the kingdom of gods. Hence Indra vengefully planned to stop the meditation. Indra called upon the most beautiful apsaras from his kingdom, hoping to break their meditation before it concluded. He instructed the beautiful apsaras to disturb the meditating sages at any cost. The apsaras, true to their lord, obeyed Indra and soon set off to reach the sages meditating at the Himalayas. After reaching Badrinath, where the sages were meditating, the apsaras began to sing and dance to disturb the meditating sages. Nara and Narayana, however, were deeply engrossed in their meditation and could not be easily disturbed by the dancing apsaras. After days of constant effort, it took the apsaras a while before they were able to break in to the meditating sages. Having seen the apsaras around them, the sages were deeply angered. Sage Narayana was agitated when he discovered the motive behind the apsaras dancing and singing in front of them. And to vent his anger at Indra's apsaras, Narayana picked a flower with his hand and stuck it on his right thigh, chanting a mantra that shocked everyone around. Suddenly, a beautiful apsara emerged from his thigh. Everyone around in Badrinath was shocked to see such an attractive apsara. She was beyond the imaginations of beauty that anyone had ever witnessed. The apsaras sent by Indra were themselves dazed to see such beauty before them. Based on her origin from the sage's thighs, or Uru in Sanskrit, she was named as Urvashi, in other words, born from a thigh. Urvashi was indeed very beautiful in comparison to all other apsaras sent by Indra. Sage Narayana then angrily ordered the apsaras sent by Indra to return back to the court of Indra. Indra's apsaras bowed to Nara and Narayana in disgrace and began their journey back to heaven. Sage Narayana then commanded Urvashi to join the returning apsaras so that Indra would be shamed for trying to break the sage's meditation with apsaras that were no closer to the beauty of Urvashi, who originated from their path. Urvashi, along with Indra's apsaras, reached the heavens. The court of Indra was attended by many gods. Most gods present in the court were mesmerized by the beauty of Urvashi, especially the sun god Mitra and the rain god Varuna. Both were dumbstruck looking at the damsel Urvashi, staring at her extraordinary beauty. Both the gods lost control of their urges and released their seeds into a mud pitcher. The mud pitcher that carried the seeds of the twin gods came to be known as mythical history's most celebrated womb. The womb in which the fetus of identical twins grew. The twins were called as Sage Agastya and Sage Vashishta. They were celebrated as the twin sages born from a mud pitcher. The birth of Agastya Muni marked a historical milestone which was followed by various events in Indian history that tied itself to Agastya Muni's profound mysticism and intellect. Sage Agastya Muni is known with many names, of which the name Kumbhayoni literally means he whose womb is a mud pitcher. With this, we conclude our first video on the birth of Agastya Muni. We will continue further with the contributions of Agastya Muni in our following videos. Please provide us your valuable insights if it varies from what we gathered or even otherwise. Thank you for watching us.